Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to another parent graph. This time it is a non-function parabola, and I have now switched to a new color. My purple pen has officially bitten the dust, unfortunately. So now we're going to be using a little bit of a hunter green. So non-function parabola, the big thing, it is x equals y squared. That is the mother graph of it. It is not a function, as the name says. If we were to graph this, the different characteristic that you're going to see is that it is a sideways parabola, as opposed to your standard typical parabola that is y equals x squared, that opens either up or opens down. These parabolas will open to the left or to the right, and it is a non-function parabola because it fails the vertical line test. Each input has more than one output. So let's just kind of take a look at some examples right here, and hopefully you have watched my parent graph of a parabola. If you do, there are a lot of similarities in our approach to this and how we're going to be dealing with it. So let's start off with x equals 2y minus 1 squared plus 3. So if you've watched my other videos, you will notice that the majority of my parent graphs, I'm coming in here and I'm taking a look at what is right there in that position, and I am saying opposite, and then taking a look at what is right here in this position, and I am saying same. I will take that exact same approach to finding my locator point, to finding my vertex. The slight difference, though, is that if I were to compare this to my standard parabola, I notice that the x and y are switched. So really what I'm going to be doing is switching my x and my y value. I still take the opposite of what is in here, but instead of filling it in the x spot, we're going to crisscross these, and I'm going to put it in the y. So the opposite of -1 would be 1. Coming in here, the same as what is there would be 3. Your locator point, vertex, will be 3, 1. It is still opposite same, but just the placement of where it is located differs. Taking a look at the a value here, this is my a value. If a is positive, we will open up to the right. Sorry about that parabola there. If a is negative, we will be opening up to the left. Just as I have dealt with my previous parabolas, sorry for the rotation, but just imagine that you are right here at your vertex. We will be sliding over 1 to the right and then applying your a value. That would tell you how much to jump up or jump down. We will also slide to the left 1 unit, and a tells me my increase or my decrease. And if that doesn't make sense to you, please refer back to my parent graph parabola video. So I'm looking at this. I have my vertex, which would be 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. I take a look at my a value right there, which is positive, so my parabola will open up to the right. I know that it is opening up to the right. So now, if I know that it's opening up in this direction, just a little quick cheat sheet to myself. If I do a rotation, I am going to slide 1 unit to the side, and my a value of 2 tells me my jump up, so I will jump 2 units up. Slide over 1 to the left, and my a value tells me my up or my down. And there you go, rotating back. That will give us a few points of my parabola, and if you would like more, you can input more y values. There you go. There's a nice sketch of my parabola. Now let's deal with domain and range. Well, first of all, domain x values. Sliding across, I first encounter my graph at x equals 3. Domain starts at 3. That is included. And as I continue on, it goes to positive infinity. Range. Sliding from the bottom up, I am encountering it because as it goes out, it is getting wider, which means it's dropping. That will be all real numbers. Is it a function? It is a non-function parabola, so no. Asymptotes? No. There you are. There's one. We'll flip it over, start a new page, and we'll do another example of this. Let's look at y, excuse me there, x, just so ingrained with my regular parabola, x equals negative 1/3 x plus 2 squared plus 1. I'm just kind of making these things up. So I'm going to say opposite of what is here and same as what is here. But since, wow, I did it again. My apologies. That right there should have been my y value. I am a creature of habit just like many of you are. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take the opposite of what is in here. But instead of that, putting that up front, I am going to slide that to the back end, negative 2. I will take the same as right here, but instead of putting it on the back end like we normally do, I'm going to put it up front. 1. 1, negative 2. Negative 2. I have an a value of negative 1/3, so my parabola will be opening this way. So if I slide over 1 unit, well then I apply my a value that tells me my up or my down, and I know that doesn't make sense, but things are rotated here, so I'm going to jump up 1/3. I'm going to slide down 1, and then my a value tells me my up or my down, which is really 1/3. That will be a much wider parabola than what we just did. Domain and range, this time domain. Working my way from the negative to the positive, I'm hitting at negative infinity. And I'm continuing on until I hit my x value of 1, and that is included. Range, bottom up, hitting it, all the way up to the top, hitting it, all real numbers. Function, no asymptotes, no. Thank you very much. I hope that helps. Have a nice afternoon. I will see you later.